So guys, in this video we'll be doing the TryHackMe Skynet and IP address is 10.10.158.219. So let's do the nmap scan, and I have already done that to save some time. And you can see a lot of ports are open. SSH port is open, web server and mail and SMB and 143 IMAP. So these are the ports open. So first let's go to the web directory, and it says Skynet. Press Ctrl U, and there is nothing interesting in the source code. It's just a fake search box. So let's use SMB map to see the directories we can access and what permissions we have to those directories. So we have the anonymous access, and also there is a Miles Dyson which we do not have access. So let's use SMB client and connect to anonymous. And also there is logs, I think so. So we should see these two in the anonymous share. So get attention.txt. And let's go to logs, and you can see the contents of log 2 and log 3 are empty. Only log1.txt have some content. So let's get that content. Now we can exit this. So a racing system malfunction has caused various passwords to be changed. All Skynet employees are required to change their password after seeing this. This was said by user Miles Dyson. So this indicates that there may be a user named Miles Dyson. Okay, these are the passwords. Look like a password list. So since SSH port is open, let's use Hydra to brute force the SSH login. So let's say Miles Dyson, the username, because you can see here the share name is Miles Dyson, and probably the SSH login should not contain like spaces. So that's why let's go for Miles Dyson now. Then we will try for root, and password list as log1.txt ssh colon IP address. Now you can see 0 valid passwords found. So that means these credentials won't work for SSH. Let's go for GoBuster, and there is some interesting directory. So after brute forcing, you will get the admin page and also this Squirrel mail page. So let's first go to admin. So we do not have permission to this admin. So we have this Squirrel mail. So let's go to this. So you can see there is a login. So we can use those password list here. And the first question they are asking is, what is Miles' password for his emails, and what is hidden directory? So I thought this Squirrel mail as a hidden directory, but it's not the hidden directory. So let's try admin. So we also have the Squirrel mail version 1.4.23. So we can also search for the exploits regarding that version number. So let's click on web browser, and it says PHP Squirrel mail 1.4.23. Okay, so let's capture this request in burp suite. Type admin. Hit on login. Now you can see this is the request. So the post request is to Squirrel mail src redirect.php, not to login.php. Okay, it's posting to this redirect.php. Send to repeater. You can also delete this one. So the login underscore username is the username and secret key is the password. Let's copy this one and we can use Hydra Miles Dyson log1.txt and IP address is 10.158.219 and this is the post request. You can see the post, so we can use HTTP post form. So the following argument contains three parts. One is the post URL, so that is this one. So copy this and paste here, and the second option you need to pass is the actual data you want to send. So this is the data. And now here change this to cap pass cap. So this passwords from all this text file will be replaced one by one and will be send the request, and change this username to cap user cap. You can also put the directory Miles Dyson here, but it's best practice to put the user cap here, and then the error message. So if you log in with normal, you can see the capital error, right? So copy and paste that error, put the threads 20 and now run this. So it will try to brute force for Miles Dyson and with every password, and it will send the request. Okay, 0 passwords found. Maybe we did some error. Let's say incorrect. Okay, now we can see we got the correct password, because this may Hydra thought that this is also an error. So let's copy this. Miles Dyson and paste this and hit login. So this is the password for the Miles Dyson for his emails, and you can see there are 3 mails. So open all these mails. So Samba password reset. So this is belongs to Miles Dyson users. So let's copy this. And I have decoded into ASCII, but it just says this one. Balls have 0 to me, etc. The same line will be repeating here. Okay. So we have the SMB password for the user Miles Dyson, and in the previous we have like Miles Dyson directory. So let's go and use SMB client. // Miles Dyson. So in order, if you have the credentials, you can connect using the username Miles Dyson %password. Okay, now paste the password and hit enter, and you can see there is syntax error near unexpected closed bracket. Now what you can do is you can put the backward slash to escape the special characterness of that character. Okay. Now hit enter. I think we need to escape one more character. Let me see my notes. I put okay, I put it for everything. I don't know. Sorry. I did this 3 days ago and I just forgot for how many characters I put this. So you can see now we got connected. So we need to escape all these special characters. So now type dir and we have pdf and there is a notes directory. Let's go into that. And we all have markdown files, and you can see there is one important.txt, so you can get that, and now you can exit. So cat important.txt, and you can see add features to beta cms. So there is a cms running on this directory. So let's copy this and let's go to that. So it's nothing interesting here. Press Ctrl U to see any CMS version. So you need to brute force this one using the GoBuster. And we have the miles.jpg, and here we have the administrator. Okay. Here you can see Kupa CMS, so you can type for Kupa CMS exploit. So it have the file inclusion vulnerability. In the alerts, alert config field.php. Okay. So here if you want to get the contents of HCPasswd5, you need to go to kappa alerts alert config field.php URL config. So you can also encode this using the PHP filter base64. So let's use this one. Copy this alerts and go to here. First I have went to root directory and pasted here, and then I checked here, and then I checked with the administrator, and this has worked out. So from here onwards the Kappa CMS starts. So this is the base64 encoded. So this will give you the contents of passwd, sorry, the configuration file, and we have the root password 123. Okay, so let's try this one. Type the password 123 and it did not work out. Okay, so what we can do is we can change this to HCPasswd. Okay, I think we don't have any normal users here, so we have only one user, Miles Dyson. Let's check for, since SSH port is open, let's search for SSH. I think we cannot read that file. So also we have the file inclusion, right? So let's try for and you can see this is the index page for our website, so that means it has the remote file inclusion. So what you can do is, so we can host this PHP file. So we can include this file hosting on our IP address, and we can directly include the contents of the PHP file like this. Command is equals to who am I, and you can see we got the remote code execution. And I also show you how to if there is any filter for like HTTP in the URL. So what you can do is, you can host the SMB server. So you can use the impacket smb server.py. So now what you can do is, instead of HTTP, you can just include two backward slashes. What is my IP address? And share and php rce.php, and you can also put command is equals to who am I. It did not work. You can try for web shells. Okay, you can try like PHP directory reversal. Okay, so now let's ask for which Python to see which version of Python has been installed. So there is a Python 2. So you can grab a reversal from Pentest Monkey. So now instead of which Python, you can paste the reversal code here, and you will get the connection. So background this, and again foreground. Now we will get nice shell. So ls, go back, and so we have seen this configuration.php. We have the root password, that is password 123. cd home ls and cd miles dyson. You can view the user.txt. Okay, so we have the backups. Let's view the permissions. So we cannot overwrite the files, but we can read the backup.sh. Okay, maybe the cron job is running in the background and it's executing this script for like 1 minute or 2 minutes, I don't know. It's going into the var w html, and in the directory we have the some wildcard here. So you can go for GTFO bins and search for tar. And here you can see here, whenever the star has been included, the files in the current directory all will be placed here. So if you rename a file to this hyphen checkpoint is equals to 1 and then checkpoint action, so that means whenever you like, it's like a checkpoint. I will show you, then you will clearly understand. Let's go to this directory, because the script is going to this directory ls, and then backupping, let's say ls, and you can see these are all the files. Okay, so it's going to backup every file in this into this backup.tgz. Okay, so star means it will place all the files and folders in the current directory. So let's go and create this one. What is this? Checkpoint is equals to 1. So make sure you have put the quotations so that this minus minus will be treated as a file name. Now hit enter and let's say ls. So we have the checkpoint 1, and also we need to create this one. So before that, what we can do is we can create a reverse MSF Venom. I forgot this MSF Venom netcat reverse shell. I think okay, Unix CMD Unix reverse bash, not reverse bash. You can also try the reverse bash. Okay, CMD Unix reverse netcat. And lhost is your Kali Linux IP address. And we need to put the R because it's a command. I think that's it. Yes, we are good to go. Now here what the vulnerability is, whenever there is a checkpoint 1 and there should be action to be taken off. What is the action? Here we have to define bin sh, and here we will put the script to execute. That is our reverse shell. So I highly recommend you to do the Linux previous Chrome from TryHackMe to get more understanding of this. It's a very simple one. tar uses the wildcard and it will put all the files in the current directory into the command line. So this checkpoint 1 and this will be about to creating one will be put into the command line as a single argument, like multi arguments, single command, and it will execute this one. So you can see this is the command. Copy this, so we can say echo let's save it as shell.sh ls cat shell.sh. So we need to make it executable, shell.sh ls. So we have the executable shell.sh. Now all we need to do is we need to create this one, echo, so bin sh space shell.sh. Now hit enter. Okay, let's, so this forward slash have been some problem for us. So we can say directory sh shell.sh. So you can also execute with the normal sh. Now hit enter and you can see ls array. We have the two files, one is checkpoint 1 and another one is checkpoint action. Execute this shell script, that is this one. This will give you the reverse shell within like 1 minute or 2 minutes whenever the cron job is running. So you can see we got the connection who am I root, because the cron job actually runs with the root user privileges. So you can grab the root.txt. So okay, this tar privilege escalation is easy once you understood these two arguments. There is a checkpoint, and whenever there is a checkpoint has been faced, we need to execute some command. So we have placed the shell.sh here and we made it executable and whenever the cron job runs, it will include this star means all the files, so it will include all these in the command line. So it will paste like this: tar cf backups and checkpoint 1 checkpoint execute this shell script. That's how we got the root.